saw the nation's capital sucked into an all-consuming vortex of political and media chaos. Inside the U.S. District Courthouse on Constitution Avenue, a grand jury investigating the president had heard from witness after witness. President Clinton's assistant Betty Curry testified, as well as his friend Vernon Jordan, who was accused of buying Monica Lewinsky's silence with a job offer. After questioning from Deputy Independent Counsel Saul Weisenberg, Monica's mother, Marcia Lewis, left the grand jury room in tears.
Not a scintilla of guilt. There's no mother-daughter privilege. There's no father-son privilege. There's no brother and brother privilege.
Monica, look over here!
As for Monica herself, negotiations between her eccentric, TV-friendly attorney and the Independent Counsel's office had gone nowhere.
The issue of immunity is always at the discretion of the prosecutor.
But as the Lewinsky investigation intensified, Deputy Independent Counsel Hickman Ewing had remained in Little Rock, Arkansas, trying to wrap up what began as an investigation into the Whitewater land deal. Along the way, Ewing had drafted some possible indictments to potentially be used depending on how the investigation progressed. One draft centered on the First Lady of the United States and the mystery surrounding missing billing records from the Rose Law Firm.
Isn't circulated to anybody, it's not ever presented to the grand jury, but I've got it in a notebook, and it's sitting on my shelf, and it says U.S. versus ABC, Hillary Rodham Clinton, D-E-F-G.
On April 27, 1998, Ken Starr's prosecutors gathered in a large conference room at their headquarters in Washington, D.C.
The Independent Counsel convenes a final meeting. We're going to decide whether we should go forward with an indictment of Mrs. Clinton and others, or should we drop it?
Hickman Ewing took the floor and presented the contents of his notebook.
I'm basically going through various events, you know, the disappearance of the billing records, what the billing records show.
We spent a very long day building, of course, on all the work that had been done over the years, and came to the conclusion that we should not present charges to the grand jury at that time.
It was decided, including me, we don't have enough to charge them. And I might say at this point, there were 6 million people that would have had information about this. Vince Foster's dead, Jim McDougal just died. 2 are in jail, Webb Hubbell and Susan McDougal. 2 are in the White House.
The creation of a draft indictment is not only ordinary, it's necessary. Not to have a draft indictment would have been irresponsible.
But we were obligated to follow Justice Department policy, and one of those policies is, before you go to the grand jury federal prosecutor and present a proposed indictment, you have to be able to look the grand jurors in the eye and say, we are satisfied that we have admissible evidence that can prove each element of this crime beyond a reasonable doubt.
The investigation into Whitewater and Madison Guarantee was out of steam.
At this point, within the Independent Counsel, you have 2 arguments shaping up. They're saying basically, hey, we have a live perjury trap case on the president based on his statements regarding Paula Jones and Monica Lewinsky. Or we have a decades-old, very complicated financial fraud case, which we're not sure we can win because Mrs. Clinton is a rather sympathetic character. So what do? Finally, it was decided we're not going to indict Mrs. Clinton and others, but we're going to go forward on the president. And the rest is history.